it's Melissa and I'm back with another video, and this is a layout that I'm making with my July hip kit, and as you know I'm working my way through it. I think I've made 10 layouts and I think I can get another 3, so I'm nearly there. I'm getting over it a bit. It's no disrespect to the kit or any of the manufacturers in it. It's just that I want to move on because I know that the August kit has got Maggie Holmes Carousel and I'm really hanging out to play with that. So moving on, this is a photo of Ava and I, and it was one for my December daily and I printed it too small. You'll see the full one in my December daily, but I thought it's really sweet and it will go so well with this. This is an exclusive cut file and I've stitched it in the rainbow colours of an ice block. And when I was little, I remember, and my husband reminded me actually, that ice blocks used to look like this. They were rainbow coloured, and so I thought that would be really sweet. I had a different photo of Ava as a baby, but it really didn't go. It was 4x6, and I think this kind of design is quite bold and needs something a bit more bolder than just a baby photo. I think baby photos are more delicate and call to something softer. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to get started. I think I'm going to do a bit of mixed media over here with the packaging technique and then do some layering up. I have this beautiful card from Bella Boulevard that I've cut apart. I also, this one here, something tells me I'm going to cherish you forever. I really want to use that one too. So yeah, we'll get started now and see how we go. So enjoy. So the first thing I did was cut off this card that I want to use, and while I was cutting it I thought that I really liked the one that is next to it with the hugs and kisses or noughts and crosses, and it's black, so it's a bit different for me, but it goes really well. Well, I think it does anyway. So all 3 of these are from that Bella Boulevard cut apart sheet, and like I said, I really had to preserve and use that pink card in a way that that little heart, well, it's a bigger heart than the other hearts, but I really wanted to use it so it could show because it's the only one like it on the piece of the card. So what followed was a whole lot of fussing around, and because I couldn't decide how I was going to do that, I thought I'd add some pink paper behind my photo. And it's interesting now that I'm looking at this because the shirt I'm wearing is red and white striped, yet the pink and the photo mat still works really well, and that could be because I've got pink and red at the top of that popsicle. So I've also added that little what is it, flag clip from Bella Boulevard. I love them, and I did a pretty good job of using up most of them. And here I'm just playing around trying to make sure that I can feature the card with the words but also that little heart, and I think I cut some of it out because it did take me a while. I thought it needed something else at the top, and that piece of paper I used was too bold, so I decided to go with this one. I think it's Dear Lizzie. And while I was doing that and cutting off the blue, I noticed that that border strip works really well with the colours in the popsicle. So originally I thought about putting it at the bottom, but eventually, and you won't see because I made the decision off camera, was to put it on the left-hand side of popsicle. So here I am putting that paper in, and that was the whole point of cutting that border strip off, and decided I was happy with that, so rather than glue it I just used my stapler. Then I'm just bending up the edges with my fingernail. I felt like this one needed some extra dimension or interest on the cards, and then putting my photo in position. And then I thought I'd put it on the right side. At this point I haven't thought to put it on the left. So adhering it now onto some foam because I really needed some lift between my photo and those other layers. I'm not sure why I've kept that in, but anyway, I've sped it up. And when I'm in a hurry I find that the double-sided tape is actually quicker than using liquid adhesive. So getting that down. Now I'm wanting to do the packaging technique, and I just have a drawer, and in it next to me I've got old packaging, and I'll just grab a piece when I need it. And looking back when I edited this, I did have to laugh because I've gone to my my most often used colours, which are either pink, yellow or blue, but in this case it's pink and blue. Had a bit of trouble with getting the watercolour to spread, and when I do the blue on the top, you'll see that I even tilt the paper and try and get it to run. But it turns out good. It's nice and subtle, which is the look that I wanted to go for. I did not want that watercolour to compete with the really saturated colour in the stitching. And you can see there that I had a bit of an error with where I positioned the blue at the top. But the thing about packaging technique is that you can't control it that much, and I think that's what makes it so random and I was going to say natural, if you know what I mean. So just dried it off quickly and realised I needed a bit more, and here I am trying to get it to run. So I've put it aside and it's dried, and I was a bit hesitant because it wasn't fully dry, and I know you can, if you're going to glue on top of paper that's not fully dry, you can put it into an odd position, if you know what I mean, like warp it permanently, but it was fine. So bending up the edges of that card as well, and then working out that I wanted that little clip to be behind the photo. So these are the exclusive enamel stickers. They're quite a soft enamel, they're beautiful, and I just put a little pop dot behind. I didn't even take off the adhesive on the back, so it kind of just floats above, and that's the look I wanted. And then I think that one little sticker, I said us time, which I thought was perfect, and that little one says, I think it says live or life, live. And then these little you and me circles, which I've been meaning to use for so long, and this is a perfect shot because it's only me and her in the photo. And my first positioning was not right, so I very carefully pulled them up, and I think because of the mixed media or the watercolour, it didn't matter too much that they didn't pull up perfectly, but you can't tell looking at it. So yeah, happy with how those ended up. And that's me just fiddling around to get the positioning how I want it. I did think about using that hello sticker, but I couldn't really make it work. It took away from the stitching and the title, so I left it off. And here I had a whole lot of these little circles. Some of them were left over from the inside of the geotag, and so I've just put them in. And I wasn't happy with their positioning either, but anyway, tried to get a pineapple on there. I don't know about you, but I really struggle with the pineapple motif. I think Azaria has her eye on those stickers, and I will give them to her. And then I've gone for the chipboard star just on the top of the ice block there, and I like the way that looks. I think that's more subtle and fitting than that hello sticker. Adding a chipboard flower. I love these, all the exclusive bits and pieces in this kit. And I did think about adding the word the, but I think it was too bold and didn't really work either. Now that flower could have gone there, but I think it was just too big, so I decided not to. And then I decided to add a couple more stars just to make another group of 3. And I'm happy with the way that I used up so many of these Bella Boulevard stars. Adding my journaling, I'll be honest, I've been having struggles with where to put my journaling lately. Often I feel like it takes away from the layout, but then for me it's an important part of the layout, so it's just finding a position on the layout that works, and I think that position there does. And then adding the date on the popsicle, and you won't see me adding the strip, but there it is there. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. I had a lot of fun making it. Most of the work went into the stitching, and I love the way it came together. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again soon.